We haven't seen Luke Rockhold in a hot minute.
Since
Jimmy.
the summer.
Hot minute.
Glad he's fighting again.
Say it. You don't talk like that, but it's good.
No, I don't.
The millennials
Ever.
like it.
They do. They do. It's fire when he fights.
That's lit.
I'll never say that.
It's fucking lit.
Even if the building's on fire. Hey, Luke, do we have Luke?
The building's on fire?
Hey, buddy. You're talking to Jim Norton and Matt Serra. How are you, man?
What's up, Luke?
What's up, boys? How's it going?
Good. We haven't seen you since the summer. I don't know if we talked about you moving up in weight back then. When did you start to think that you really wanted to do this?
It was coming, kind of the whole layoff, man. My body's just adjusting, and as the years goes on, it gets harder to make the weight, and I had to change my style up a little bit. It was different. I used to move forward and control the position, and it started getting harder and harder, and it started having to be more tactical, I guess. So I think it doesn't really suit my style. I'm more of a kind of a go forward and kill kind of guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to be confident working for years with the champ, Daniel Cormier. You got Cain Velasquez, one of the best ever heavyweights. So it's not a question of whether or not you could hang. You in your head know that you could hang, correct? Or more than hang, I should say.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it if I was 100% confident what I'm doing, where I can go. So, you can ask Cormier himself. You can ask Cain. I can hang with the big boys, and if I'm not, depleting myself, and I've never even lifted and eaten and gone full go, even around them. So, having that bit of extra strength in the gym, in the weight room, putting it up, it's a big difference these days.
Now, does it add any extra enthusiasm? Like, you've been around the game so long, and then you look at some of these guys, like Robert Whitaker, who's a champion now, and some of these other guys that are fighting at the more natural weight or upper weight class. Where Santos, exactly. And
Smith.
You're going nuts now. You're going to get my ADD.
Sorry, I'm just naming people.
All right, you got to stop that.
I like to. I want Luke to know that I know.
Luke knows I got fucking ADD.
He does.
But, I mean, isn't it like this could be a whole new chapter for you, a new beginning or something?
Johnny Hendricks moved up at one point.
You shut the fuck up. You know what I mean, Luke? Is it extra exciting at this next chapter of yours?
It's freeing, no doubt. Getting to train every day and eat and not think about it. I think that was the biggest issue. The last couple of fights were just constantly on my mind. I was ready to move up, and then they enticed me with the Weidman matchup in Madison Square Garden, a big kind of marquee fight, and I made it seem as though I could pull it off again. And fuck, man, going into trying to get down in the later stages of that camp, it was just impossible. My body was just not having it. So that was a real big telling point. Mentally, it's just it's to be able to eat and not think about everything I'm eating and freaking out about my weight. It's different. So I'm gonna feel a lot.
Yeah, and
I feel good.
So it's because some guys go up and they're like a little smaller than the guys who are in that division, but so it doesn't work as well because they're getting hit by bigger guys now and being jumped on by bigger guys. But other guys thrive because it's more their natural weight. So you're confident that it's not going to affect you to be fighting guys who are naturally a little bigger.
I don't think they're naturally that much bigger, really. I'm a pretty big guy when it comes down to it, especially when I'm eating and doing what I need to do. I think you have to put on the weight the right way. I think the guys like Max Holloway, you see as he moved up, he didn't lift much. I don't know if he got the strength that he needed to get to where to that weight class. You gotta compensate in some way. You gotta make sure you put the extra muscle on because guys get bigger as you go up, and if you don't have that to keep up with them, you're going to get left behind.
And Luke, we obviously want to ask you, Anthony Smith, for some reason, he called you a piece of shit and fuck Luke Rockhold. Now, he said he wanted to drill a hole through you, and you absolutely responded. Do you know what this comes from?
I was looking for a fight coming up. I thought Anthony Smith was easy pickings. Anthony, I never even noticed him, when he was in my division. And then coming up, he got a couple wins. And, I was looking to assert myself and put myself in the mix. And this kid was somehow making a name. And that's what I wanted. I called it like it is. And I said what I said and what I believed. And I think Anthony's just first time in the limelight. He's never really taken it. Doesn't know how to take criticism, and he's just a rookie when it comes to the big stage. So I think it got to him. I don't know.
Now you're on the obviously you're on Jones and Santos. You're on that card against Jan Blachowicz, which that's a fucking a number 6 guy. Is absolutely not an easy fight coming up in weight to have to deal with him.
That's how Santos got a title shot. So the guy's been up there. He's been fought some of the best guys. He's tough dude.
Well, the light heavyweight. Oh, sorry. Look, the light heavyweight division has gotten it seems like in the last year and a half, not just since Jones came back, but also with Santos going in and Reyes and Johnny Walker and all these guys. That division is so much more interesting. It feels like than it was just even a year ago.
Just spice up a bit, huh? Looking at a little extra hot sauce to it myself.
Yeah, I mean, I also think let's just say things do go your way and you beat Blachowicz. What do you see as a next again, I know you're concentrating on Blachowicz, but what do you see as the next possible matchup for you? Because obviously you want the shot at Jones. I'm guessing they would want you to maybe fight one more time. That's just a strategic thing. You never know.
And he's a former champ.
Absolutely. But if they wanted you to fight again, what direction do you think that they would want you to go in?
Up.
So you think maybe Gustafsson?
I'm going up. I'm not gonna take a step back. I'm going straight forward. I'm trying to look. I'm 34 years old. I've seen it all. I know where I stand. In this game, and so I'm gonna go assert myself. I'm gonna go put it on this kid. Let him know where I am and where he stands, and then you never know what happens. We'll see what happens with Jones and Santos. I mean, anything could happen. It's a long ways away. And so, I don't expect anything but the best.
What do you think? Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, as a former champion, and, I know you don't like to toot your own horns, but if you take out Jan, and make an example of him, man, you should demand a title shot. You're a former champ, Luke Rockhold. Do I have to amp you up for this? Get cocky. And not for nothing,
Hey.
if John Jones retains wins and retains his title, there's some drama there. Your buddies with DC. I smell a beautiful pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Trust me. I'm planning on going to let my performance speak for itself.
Yeah, you can get on
And
the
in
mic.
the moment, you never know. It might take a hold of me. But I'm not scared to fight John Jones in any way, shape, or form. Man, I've always seen a matchup with him, and I've been eyeing that thing for quite some time. So I'm gonna go put it on.
What do you think
Jan Blachowicz?
What do you think is Santos against Jones too? Because I think a lot of people. John is fighting a lot now. He's back, and he obviously wants to fight and make up for a couple of years that he lost here and make some money. But are people passing over? I mean, Jones is not, but do you think people are looking past Santos being able to knock Jones out a little sooner than they should?
Jones just doesn't take risks. He doesn't take any risks, and a guy like Santos has, I don't know. He looked the best he's looked in his last fight. Beforehand, he's been pretty fucking sloppy. I still don't think he can wrestle. I still don't think he has anything off his back. So Jones knows that. Jones is going to go try to expose and make the easiest route to victory. So I expect him to do so. He slings a little bit on his back, on his back foot. So you got to watch out for Santos. But I got Jones.
And how's DC doing? He's back in the gym now?
DC's he's from what I understand, he's back in the gym. I talked to him today. He's coming out here in the fight, so we're gonna get a little Florida lifestyle for the big boy. Hoping maybe get his tan up to par. And catch up. So I expect he wants to get back in there. I think later.
Well, listen, man.
In the fall season, what I understand.
Well, man, I am very excited about your debut.
Yeah, I'm glad you're moving up.
And the last time I don't know if it's the last time I seen you, Luke, but we did that live show and it was such a fucking disaster. I want to apologize for that. We couldn't hear each other. The crowd sucked. Chris, the producer, had something I have to blame him for something, but it was really shitty. So hopefully we can have you back in studio and have a better experience, buddy.
Yeah. No worries, Matty. Always a good time.
Yeah.
We'll catch up soon and do it up.
All right, buddy. Good talking to you. And I'm sure maybe we'll talk to you again before the fight. It's not till July. I mean, what are we in May now or April? I don't even know what month it is, but
It's April, yeah.
Yeah, we have plenty of time, May, June, July. So hopefully we'll talk to you right before that fight, Luke.
Definitely.
Okay.
Have you guys?
All
All right, take care, man.
Later, Luke. All right, man. That was good, man.
I like him a lot, and I think it's a smart move to move up. And a lot of guys, again, he seems like that cut is just killing him. So
Yeah, that's the size is not going to be an issue for him. Like when you look at the style bender Gaslam fight,
that's what I was thinking
it's like Gaslam if he was just 3 inches taller or maybe had a little bit more reach, that could have gone the other way. But he's a smaller guy for 185.
what a fucking. By the way,
Yeah.
what a boring fight.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Who wouldn't love
Went to a decision.
I mean, that was. I literally thought. I mean, was that the first time that Adesanya got dropped? Was Gaslam the first?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In the UFC for sure. Yeah.
That was
Incredible.
That was a fun
Incredible
fight.
fight.
Oh, you we
One
didn't
of the
talk
best
about
ever.
No, I wasn't here, but I watched it. Of course, it was absolutely
That was an amazing night.
incredible. And the main event, of course, was oh god, no, was that?
Holloway versus
Holloway against Dustin Poirier, and that was an incredible fight.
We had Dustin on.
Yeah, after
We
I
had
remember talking.
Dustin is such a humble dude.
He really
and we
is.
love Max. And I even pointed out, like, I love that interaction with them after the
Yeah, it
fight.
was nice.
Max Holloway is just such a class act. Like, whether it goes his way or not, he's just a very likable guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Dustin is just a great, humble warrior.
And we're going to talk for a second, if you don't
What
mind.
do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about.
Yes, Jimmy?
Now, Aldo is fighting Volkanovski. I want to see our pal, Frankie Edgar, get a shot at Max Holloway.
Yes!
That little fucking machine. Here's why.
I love Frankie Edgar.
I do too. Everyone loves Frankie Edgar. Even Max loves Frankie Edgar, and he's going to probably have to fight him. Because Ortega just fought Holloway, which was incredible, and he's fought Frankie. And Jose Aldo has fought Max twice.
Yeah.
I mean, again, could you make an argument like, okay, the winner of Volkanovski, Aldo gets the champ? Sure, you could make that argument, but then it would be an Aldo. And again, no disrespect to Aldo, but they fought twice.
Listen,
So everybody wants to see fucking Frankie and Max.
Styles make fights, Jimmy.
Yep.
As you always say, and you point out a lot.
I know, but I say it at the wrong times. I'll be kissing a girl. I'll just go, Styles make fights. Just say, shut up.
And just like you say, when you're kissing a girl, and then you go, my friend's a Hall of Famer. I love
That's what I say that before. That's how I get her to kiss me.
Do you really?
Yes,
Jimmy?
she's like, you're ugly. I'm like, my friend's a Hall of Famer. She's like, get over here.